Hi guys, I'm Sarah Beth, and welcome to the Prenatal Bedtime Yoga practice. We'll begin in an easy seated pose. Just cross the middle of your shins. Sit up tall, but relax your shoulders, and then place your hands on your belly. With your eyes closed, take a few deep breaths as if you were breathing around your baby. Now take your hands to your knees, palms down, and begin rocking your body in a big circular motion. Keep your hips grounding down and feel free to get your shoulders involved, little rounding through the spine, opening through the chest. This is going to look a little bit different for each one of us, especially for where you are in your pregnancy. So just take what feels good, forget the rest. Switch direction. This will help relieve tension in your lower and middle back, so try not to force or strain, just breathe and be fluid. Then come back to center and make your way to downward facing dog. With your fingers fanned out wide, strong arms, press your chest towards your thighs and reach your hips high and back. Pedal out your legs and pump into your calves, encouraging blood flow. Step your right foot outside of your right hand to the top of your mat. So nice big wide step. If it helps, you can just grab your ankle and pull your foot up so that your knee is stacked on top of your ankle. Then lower your back knee down to the mat, sink into your hips, and let your head hang heavy. Notice all the sensation you feel. And instead of avoiding it or distracting yourself from it, breathe into it. In and out through your nose to keep you calm and grounded. Then prop your hands on fingertips, and for Hahnemann prep, shift your hips back as you straighten out your right leg, so a lot of weight on your back knee. We're taking this one a little bit wider so we have space for our bellies. Keep your hips square, so it might help to pull your right hip back an inch and push your left hip forward an inch. Then keep your spine long, jaw relaxed, and you should feel a lot of sensation in your right hamstring. Feel free to pump into your toes for a different sensation. To come out, gently bend your right knee and make your way back to downward facing dog. You can always take tabletop as a transition pose in between. From your down dog, let's set up the left side. Step your left foot wide to the top of your mat, so outside of both hands. Lower your back knee down to the mat, sink into your hips, then just let your head hang heavy as you relax your jaw, eyebrows, and everything that you don't need. Send that smooth, deep breath into the sensation you feel, releasing tension with each exhale. Prop your hands on fingertips. For Hahnemann prep, shift your hips back as you straighten out your left leg. Start with your toes flexing back to help remind you to square off your hips. Left hip might have to pull back an inch, right hip pushes forward an inch. Keep your spine long, deepen your breath, and find all of that sensation in your left hamstring. Be mindful that there's no unnecessary clenching or flexing. Let some of that tension go with each exhale. And if you pumped into your toes on the other side, do so here as well. Then bend your left knee, walk your hands forward, make your way back to downward facing dog. Really pedal out the legs, shifting your hips side to side, sinking your heels down to the mat. And then separate your feet mat distance and walk your hands back. For Malasana, a deep squat. It may be more comfortable to separate your feet a little wider or even roll up your mat underneath your heels, but sink your hips down low. Bring your hands together at heart center. Elbows help assist those knees open, and lift up through your heart so you're not rounding in your spine. Relax your jaw. Soften your tongue, and feel your pelvic floor and inner thighs relax and soften. Then slowly release. Take your hands down to the mat to lean forward and assist your hips up. Then separate your feet even wider for a wide leg fold, so off the mat completely. Shift some weight forward into the ball mounts of your feet so that your weight is even in your feet and you can use your hands to assist. If your hamstrings are feeling pretty tight, try walking your hands forward a couple more inches to resemble something like a wide-legged down dog. To set up a gentle twist, place your right hand on the mat directly underneath your chin, so like the center of your mat, and reach your left arm high. Stack your shoulders open, keep your spine nice and long, and take your left hand to your lower back and feel that your hips are square. So chances are they shifted. Shift them back so your hips are even, and then reach your left arm high and breathe. Then lower your left hand down to replace your right and reach your right arm high. Keep your spine long from tailbone through the crown of your head. Check your lower back, make sure your hips are even and square. And as you reach your right arm high, stack open through your shoulders, deepen your breath. and slowly release. Toe heel your feet closer together and take a seat on your mat. A seat on your bottom so your legs are out in front of you. To set up a seated figure 4, place your right ankle on your left knee and flex your right toes back towards your right knee to protect your right knee from torque. All you need to do to find sensation in this pose is lift up through your heart, no dumping in your lower back. And if you want to take it a little bit further, you can walk your hands back, support yourself as you drag your left heel in a couple more inches. Then walk your hands up towards your hips and lift up through your heart. In prenatal yoga, it's never about forcing the most sensation out of a posture, but just be present in what you're feeling. So gentle release. Walk your hands back to support yourself as you take your right foot back down to the mat and set up your left side. Left ankle to your right knee, left toes flexing back, left knee tracking open. All you need to do here is lift up through your heart for a nice long spine and long lower back, and you should feel your left glute and left piriformis, just your left hip opening up. If you took it deeper on the other side, make sure you do so on this side as well, dragging your right heel in a couple extra inches, then walk your hands back up to your hips to lift up through your heart. Make your breath a little longer, in and out through your nose. Then gentle release. Take your left foot back down on the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees come open like a butterfly, and then pull your hips and heels in really close towards each other. But make sure that you're not rounding your lower back, so untuck your hips. Then sit up really tall. Instead of forcing your knees open, focus on relaxing your inner thighs so your knees can soften down towards the ground. And for something a little bit different, take a lot of space between your hips and heels. Hinge forward from your hips, grab onto your feet and take a big breath in to pull your heart forward, lengthen out your lower back. And as you exhale, hinge, round, and fold. Let your breath travel up and down your spine, releasing tension in your shoulders and arms, releasing tension in your jaw, shoulders, arms, hips, and lower back. Creating space as you relax into the present moment and all the sensation you feel. Slowly rise. Plant your hands behind you. If your wrists are sore, your fingers can point back. Place your feet flat on the mat about hip distance. Then either just lift up and open through your heart, or take it a step further by lifting your hips up as well, knees pressed forward for reverse tabletop. Stabilize the muscles in your legs and lower back. Then gently and slowly lower your hips back down, lower down to your forearms, and separate your feet mat distance. Let both knees lower down to the left like windshield wipers. And gently come back through center. Let both knees lower down to the right. If this is more comfortable, you can do it on your back instead of your forearms. Then come back to center and alternate sides at a pace that serves you. Make your way all the way down to your back and hold on to your knees to relax your lower back. If it helps, you can try rocking a little bit side to side to massage out your sacrum. Or even take your knees a little bit wider, giving space for your belly. Continue with this self-massage, or take any other postures that might serve you. When you're ready, release your legs out long for Shavasana. But instead of taking your arms out wide, take your hands to your belly. Gently close your eyes. Relax everything you don't need. If you're later into the second half of your pregnancy, you might find that lying on your left side is more comfortable for you and baby, so just take what serves you. Now, once you find that place where you're comfortable and relaxed, let's take a couple of deep, calm breaths together. In at a count of 4 and out at a count of 8. So exhale everything that you've got. And inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this takes practice. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it going. Feel your whole body relax and soften. That's it for the bedtime yoga practice. Make sure you check out the rest of my prenatal yoga series, including a morning yoga routine and a power yoga workout. If you're interested in full-length prenatal yoga classes and week-long suggested schedules for all 3 trimesters, check out my prenatal yoga program. Subscribe to my channel for new uploads every Friday, and like, comment, and share if you found this video helpful. Thanks for joining me. Have a good night.